How are you? Welcome back to Classic Hits Gaming, your home of the three greatest decades of gaming: the 80s, the 90s, and the noughties. This is my first session of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sit back, relax, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. I'm back streaming directly from my PlayStation, taking a break from recording from my phone. Thankfully, it's so much better to stream like this, believe me. Now please give me a moment as I change the thumbnail of this live stream so people can see that I'm actually playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and not Super Mario 64, because right now the thumbnail is Mario killing that poor baby penguin. So we don't want to confuse anyone. This live stream is about turtles, not penguins. Done. Thumbnail changed. Now I just need to share the live stream onto my Facebook newsfeed so more lovely people can have the opportunity to join the live stream. Okay, now I'm just going to test to see if my audio is coming out. Yeah, it is. Okay, now for a little information. A description on the game. So, originally released on arcade in 1989, so we're going back to the 80s. Actually, no, we're going to the 80s. Classic Hits Gaming doesn't go back. Classic Hits Gaming takes you to these decades. It is 1989 right now. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a critically acclaimed beat-em-up arcade game based on the first animated series of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or TMNT for short. You play as one of four of the legendary Ninja Turtles: Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael. Each with their own unique attack attributes. Their mentor, Splinter, and friend April are kidnapped by Shredder. You must fight the Foot Clan across various levels to get to Shredder and Krang and save your friends. KOWABUNGA. I'm going to say that a lot in these sessions. Well, without further ado, I think it's time that I played with some turtles. There we go. To point out that I am using the monitor filter to make the game look like it's running on an arcade, and the screen size is wide because I don't do these like original screen size. You know, I just want the whole screen to be taken up with this game. That's the way I roll. I also want to point out that this is, as I mentioned, actually, I already mentioned it, but I'm going to mention it again. This is not the terrible NES port, okay? That terrible, fucking disgusting piece of shit that is the NES port of this game. This is the original arcade. Well, it's a port of the original arcade version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is the yeah. So, with that out of the way, who will I choose? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know which is which. It's been a long time since I've watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the animated series, the original animated series, the late 80s, early 90s series. Let's go. Fuck the modern series. I couldn't emphasize that enough. Fuck the modern animated series of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Fuck it. With a capital fuck. But yeah, I gotta say, I don't know. I think the orange guy is Raphael. I don't even know. I'm not even going to begin to guess, to be honest with you. Uh, I used to spend, like a lot of you lovely people, I used to spend my Saturday mornings watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the animated series. Loved it. And I used to spend a lot of time in the arcade playing this game as well. So I love this game very, very much. It's a personal favorite of mine. Um, and it's always nice to play a personal favorite on Classic Hits Gaming. But of course, it's even better to be able to share a personal classic favorite with all of you lovely people, including Noob Saibot, all the way from the Netherrealm. Coconut, all the way from the Irish version of the Netherrealm. Sligo. I'm only joking. I hope you don't understand that. You're both very welcome, as always, to Classic Hits Gaming, which is, of course, your home. And you're also very welcome as well, Salaman, to Classic Hits Gaming, your home of the three greatest decades of gaming, the 80s, the 90s, and the noughties. And this is my first session of my beloved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. Great to have you all in the live stream. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join. So yeah, I hope you're all doing very well. Hope you enjoy. Well, hello there, Noob Saibot. How are things with you? Hooking up. Michelangelo is orange. Raphael is red. Leonardo blue. Donatello purple. Thank you so much. That is a hardcore Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan right there. So I was right about Raphael being orange. Yay. Who's your favorite one? I don't think I have one, to be honest with you. Who's the guy that likes pizza? Wait, do you all like pizza? As I said, it's been a hell of a long time since I watched the original animated series. So, yeah, forgive me. I'm going to say Raphael because I'm choosing Raphael in this session. So, you lovely people, thank you all so much for your continued support on Classic Hits Gaming. Great to have you all in my first session of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. I really hope that you enjoyed the live stream. Hope you're all doing very well. I have the new arcade version cartridge, or the NES arcade version. Man, that is the worst port in the history of gaming. Honestly, I remember going into, Harry's. Harry's. If anyone doesn't know what Harry's is, it's the retro video game store here in my hometown of Cork City. I went in there a couple of years back and I saw that cartridge and I thought that was it. That was the game that I played in the arcade all those years ago. I was like, oh my God, this is so good. Because it literally said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. And that's what I referred it to as the arcade game. Don't worry, I'll get to the gameplay in a moment, don't worry. So I was loving it. I was like, this is fantastic. I finally had this beloved game. This is so cool. Brought it home, played it, and I was like, you are not You are not my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. Fuck you. It was disgusting. It was a piece of shit. Then looked up online and realized, yeah, I got myself a terrible NES port. So thankfully, I'm playing a port of the original arcade version. I know, man. I was so pissed. I was so pissed. But I'm happy now because I'm playing the game that I played many times as a kid in the arcade. It was actually an arcade in Fota Wildlife Park, an actual wildlife park. It had an arcade and um it had um like a kind of like a small kind of like amusement park as well. Um but I was only interested in the arcade. So I would every time I visited this wildlife park, I still visit it to this day. I love that wildlife park. I love animals, all kind of animals, giraffes, zebras, um, ostriches, um, yeah, just many cool animals. Beautiful place. So it's getting better actually in recent years. But yeah, they used to have an arcade. It's gone now, but they used to have an arcade in there, and it had this game in there, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I played so much of it as a kid. So it's just so good to be able to stream this game on Classic Hits Gaming with all of you lovely people. Turtles in Time was a hard. I still have to get around to play this game. Turtles in Time was the hardest one. Oh Lord, it was tough. Florida Wildlife Park got a big cyber. Oh my God, what? Breach telling people cancel their credit cards. Holy shit, that's bizarre. Here's me talking about Florida Wildlife Park, and now it's actually involved in some kind of a cyber breach. Oof. Hope everyone is okay there, man. Hope everyone has their fucking private information protected there. Jesus Christ. So let me just turn off the light here. Who turned off the lights? Did you get my clue? Is anyone watching? Anyone watching right now? Were you watching the end of my Yakuza live gameplay yesterday when I teased this game? I blocked the camera, so it was completely like dark. You couldn't see a thing. That was a reference to, hey, who turned out the lights when you fall into a manhole in this game? And don't be thinking dirty. It ain't that kind of manhole. Filthy animals. And I also turned off an actual light in my room, so that was a reference to, hey, who turned out the lights? So yeah, I've been talking way too much here. Let's get stuck in. Seen it online. I hope everyone is okay there. Okay, now we're going to listen to this amazing piece of music. Oh, goosebumps every time. Yes, Coconut, I am playing the KOWABUNGA collection. KOWABUNGA! KOWABUNGA! Just imagine that I go back in time. Actually, no, we don't go back in time here on Classic Hits Gaming. We don't go back in time on Classic Hits Gaming. We live in the decade that this game released in. So right now, I am. I was born in 1988, but just to say I'm a kid. I'm in Florida Wildlife Park. I'm after seeing the ostriches, the giraffes. I go into the arcade, and let's just say that I'm a millionaire, and that money isn't a problem for me. So I'm just throwing coins into this arcade machine like I'm throwing dollar bills at a whore in a strip club. Now let's go.
Fire!
Fire!
Hang on, April.
The Splinter and his turtles. So yeah, this live stream we're going to watch turtles kick the living shit out of the Foot Clan. I'll be living the decade again with a remaster of Croc. I seen that today, man. You're finally getting a Croc remaster. Fantastic. This year, a game I wanted for years. We were Hero Turtles. We were Hero Turtles. We absolutely were. But I did actually put a lot of quarters. We don't say quarters in Ireland, but I put like coins into the into this arcade game as a kid. Loved this game. You know, it's not particularly difficult. I mean, Coconut pointed out that the sequel, Heroes in Time, is much harder. Although the big boulder that drops down these steps very shortly always annoyed me. Was always a bit tough. By the way, what's my mic like? What's the quality of my mic right now? What's the quality of my actual audio? Like my voice, my lovely voice. There's a reason I'm asking. I'll tell you why now shortly. So as you can see, it's a side-scrolling arcade beat-em-up featuring the legendary Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it's based off the first animated series, the the best animated series. I think Coconut will agree. I think everyone in this live chat will agree. The best version, hands down. I mean, this new modern woke version can just fuck right off. All these pretend fake Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fans coming out. I mean, shut up. We don't care about the sexuality of April. Okay. And we don't accept that she went to bed one night as a Caucasian and woke up the next as an African American or whatever the fuck race they gave her. So you can take your modern audience, you can shine it up real nice and shove it up your woke ass. That's what I say. Mike is good. I can hear you speak German. 100% the best, man. Because I actually got myself a 3D Pulse Elite headset. I'll tell you why now. Because I actually traded in Final Fantasy VII, the original, on PS1, in mint condition, along with a mint condition of Resident Evil Director's Cut on PS1 and Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Because I more or less have all those games. More or less. So I'm not losing on anything. In total, don't ask me individually, but in total I got 137 cash in CX. If anyone is watching and doesn't know what CX is, it's a second-hand store. They kind of specialize in video games, really. And yeah, I put it towards 3D Pulse Set Elite. There she is. April. I will. I used to get so hyped saving her as a kid. But I brought into Cash Connections as well, and they were like, I'll give you a tenner. I laughed at him. I said, are you serious? Yeah, a tenner. I was, long story short, no thank you, I said to him. And that's really cutting a long story short. No, trust me. That's cutting a very long story short. That guy, Kyle, welcome, as always, to Classic Hits Gaming, your home of the three greatest decades of gaming, the 80s, the 90s, and the noughties. This is my first session of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, which I loved playing as a kid. Great to have you in the live stream. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join. The new ones suck. They've ruined. They ruined everything. I mean, April is not black. If that makes me racist, call me Adolf Hitler. Because I don't give a fuck. I'm only stating facts. Apparently, stating facts these days just offends people. I don't know why. Because they're idiots. That's why. Crying with laughter with that. The official PlayStation headset. Yeah, the official 3D Pulse Elite, I think is what it's called, headset. That's like 150 €. But as I said, I got 137 for games that I don't need any. I have those games already, so it's fine. Oh, thank you so much, Kyle. I'm happy to be streaming this game with all of you lovely people right now. It's such a fun game. You know, back when games were just fun. Not woke. Certainly not broke. And yeah, just fun. It's okay, April. I'll save you. And there was either B-Bob or the other guy. I think this is going to be the Rhino guy, do I not? I teased him a couple of days ago. Everyone was wondering, what the hell am I playing? It's a Far Cry. What is Johnny playing next on Classic Hits Gaming? You're asking yourselves. Well, now you know. I should try playing better, shouldn't I? He's getting mad now. You know a boss is getting mad and almost dead when it's flashing red like that. What's the sound like on your... Um, I think I'm at a stage in my life like where like I'm not an overexcited 10-year-old, so I don't really care anymore. I think when it comes to technology advancing, I'm just like, okay, I can hear it. There's the sound coming through my ears. Okay, this is good. I mean, it's nothing special. It's just it's sound. It's sound in my ears. I don't know how else to put it, man. I mean, I don't know why the headset was so costly, man. But like to me, it's just a headset. But I was watching a review from IGN. Or why do I watch reviews from IGN? Why do I put myself through that? But IGN were like the microphone is really bad. It sounds like you're on the phone or something. But I've tested the microphone myself yesterday, and I've now asked the live chat, and I've been told that it's fine. So yeah, I mean it's a good headset. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not an overexcited 10-year-old who hypes up everything. So it's fine. It's grand. You know, it does the job. It does what it says on the tin. Put it that way. Divine Void, my good friend, welcome to Classic Hits Gaming. As you know, this is your home of the three greatest decades of gaming. This is my first session of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I can finally reveal what the game is. That's what the teasing was about. That's what the rhinoceros was about. That's what I think Warhog is the name of the animal. And that's why I blocked the camera and everything was dark. Who turned out the lights? That's a reference to that as well, which I'll show you in this live gameplay. So yeah, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join the live stream. How are you keeping? Playing a different time I can finally watch. Yeah, I usually stream later when I'm streaming directly from my PlayStation. I always thought Leonardo gave most damage with the sword. Yeah, they all have their own attack attributes. Some deal more damage, some take more damage, stuff like that. You're like me, all songs the same. Yeah, I mean, when you get to our age, like it's like it's very hard to excite people of our age. It really is. I think it's just a generational thing, really, to be honest. Well, I mean, I'm paying attention to the sound quality right now, and it is good. Like it's quality, like it really is. Like there's certain types of audio that's oh, there he is. Just come back, Shredder. So as you can see, it's 100% based off the animated series. And listen to this now. There's that classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I mean, if you're a fan of the original series, I mean, you're going to love this game, and that's what I did. I loved this game playing it as a kid in the arcade. I mean, arcade games, they hit differently, they're just pure about fun, straight to the point. Don't need to watch a 20-minute fucking cutscene. And you don't need to stare, oh wow, this is so good. Wow, it's like you're watching a movie. You're literally sitting there for like 5 minutes watching a cutscene. Wow, just watch a movie. You know what I mean? Arcade gaming is all about gaming. It's fun gaming as well. You know what I mean? It's fun. How old are you, Classic? 33 like me. I am 30. Jesus Christ, I think there for a second. Am I going on 30s? I mean, I'm 35. Yeah, I'm 35. I'm older than Classic. Yeah. He is an old man. Coconut. The legendary elder that is Coconut. Sorry. Mike sounds fine, but even if it sucks, it just adds to the retro vibe. Yeah, I'm glad that the mic sounds fine because IGN were saying it was shit. But none the wiser than here. PlayStation first party games are notorious for long stories, movie scenes that puts me off. God of War is the exception, because you're actually moving Kratos and Atreus. You're actually doing something while the story is kind of playing out. They do it too in The Last of Us as well. So I would actually say that the majority of PlayStation's first party games manage to find a way to tell the story as you're playing the games, which is good. I'm not sure about Horizon because I haven't played it. And I'm also not sure about Uncharted because I haven't played much of Uncharted. But another God of War, whenever there's like a story being told, it does have cutscenes, obviously. but the majority of the time where the story is being told, you're actually moving around the character, which is good. Which is good. Last of Us bored me to sleep after the great opening. And you know what, man? I mean, you're not going to get me attacking you for having an opinion, for having a view, because I'm not like the actual toxic gaming community. Apparently, no, if you have an opinion about a game, right? Um, if you actually have an opinion about a game, like Concord, if you basically say, I think Concord is a piece of shit of a game. It's the genre is saturated. It's just another online hero shooter that nobody wants to play, and evidently nobody wants to play it because there's less than 700 people playing it. Um, Apparently that makes you a toxic gamer. But I'll tell you what toxic gamer is. A toxic gamer is if I said to you, Anthony, the fuck you talking about, you stupid cunt. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Last of Us is the greatest game of all time. Fuck you, you stupid cunt. I'm gonna fucking track you down and kill you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm not gonna. That would be toxic, obviously. So I'm not gonna come at you for having an opinion on a game. Like, each to their own. No two people are gonna like the same game. You know what I mean? So I completely get that. Last of Us was so good though. I really enjoyed it. I never completed it. I have to go back and complete it. I will attack him. No toxicness. To be fair, I have said it since. You have. You absolutely have. And again, you're not going to get me attacking you for having an opinion. Do you know what I mean? Let's fight. Two hits, me hitting you, then me hitting the ground. But some first party PlayStation games are pretty unique. Little Big Planet was awesome, in my opinion. I've only ever played Little Big Planet, Big Adventure, or Sackboy's Big Adventure, which I fucking love. And I also love Astrobot. Astrobot is, I think, a perfect example of how PlayStation can make something new and different for them, and move forward. We don't need Concord. We need Astrobot. Little Big Planet was excellent. Very unique game, especially creating your own levels and worlds and everything. You know what I mean? Listen to this. Listen to this.
Who put the lights out?
Oh, who put lights out? I thought it was who turned lights. Who put lights out? So I was teasing that at the end of my Yakuza Live gameplay yesterday. It's April, and it's Shredder. Fun fact about this game: I don't know if it's the arcade game or the NES port, but apparently in Japan, April is actually Splinter's daughter, which is kind of weird to imagine. Well, that's actually really weird to imagine. Oh yeah, because he was originally originally a mentor of Shredder, but he got caught up in some toxic radiation that turned him into a rat, I think. If my lore of the series serves me correct. But you can see that this game is pure fun. It's pure like arcade gameplay. It's side-scrolling, beat 'em up, and it's really fun. And it's based off the first animated series. Astrobot is absolutely amazing. I am getting the new game without a shadow of a doubt. There's a Dustborn game. I heard of it, but I don't know much about it. It was a walk game. Oh well, then the less said about that game, the better. I mean, it's so sad that there are companies out there like Sweet Baby Inc. who consult gaming companies to make their games inclusive and diverse. You know what? I don't have a problem with diversity and inclusion. I don't have a problem with video games being diverse and inclusive. I have no problem with that. I think it's great, actually. I think it's great. I swear, I think it's great that somebody can play a video game and say, "Oh, this character is gay like me," or "This character is, black like me," or "This character is Muslim like me." That a character can actually relate. A gamer can relate to the characters. The problem I have is when these consulting companies when they're consulting these gaming companies, feel that that should be the basis of a good game. That alone is the basis of a good game. This game is going to be good because it has inclusion and diversity. No, that's not the way things should be. The way things should be is this game is good because it's got good story, it's got good gameplay, and it just feels good. You know, look at Streets of Rage on Sega Mega Drive in the 90s. You had three main characters. I think it was three main characters anyway. One of them was black, Adam Hunter, and Axel Field was, I think his name was Axel Field. She was obviously female. Metroid in the 80s, a female character, main character, after Samus Aran is female. Fair Effect. Fair Effect? Yeah, Fair Effect on PS1. Main character was female and lesbian. Metal Gear Solid 2 in the noughties. One of the main bosses and characters, Van, was bisexual. But those examples of diversity and inclusion before Sweet Baby Inc. was even fucking, before they came along rocking up on their prams, shaking their rattlers and crying like the actual babies they literally are, Sweet Baby Inc. It's crying for diversity and inclusion. While those games already had diversity and inclusion, what made the games good was good gameplay, good story, good character design. But the games where Sweet Baby Inc. are, banging on about how inclusion and diversity should be included, they feel that those issues alone make the game good. And obviously that's not the case. Look at Concord. Less than 700 people playing that game. That's weird because he was so young when Mutated. I know, yeah. He was very young, if I remember correctly. No, they were trained by the same sensei. Oh yeah. Should have turned on his master. Oh man, you are a hardcore fan, man. This character is autistic like me. I'm pretty sure I'm autistic. I'm pretty sure the majority of us are autistic, to be honest with you. Nothing wrong with being. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yes, I think the consulting companies don't take into account the themes of structure of stories like Saints Row is now about rent. It's mental, man. It's mental. They don't take into account the issues that they're not the issues, but the things that make a game good. Diversity and inclusion do not make a game good by default. That shouldn't be the basis of a good game. Again, I think it's great. I think it's great that someone can pick up a video game and feel like they belong. You know what I mean? See, people don't get me a lot of times. I'm very misunderstood. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a problem with video games being diverse or inclusive. It's just the problem I have is when people think that should be the basis alone for a good game. And when you ask someone like, "What do you think of that game?" Oh, I think it was great because the character was gay. Like, really, but what about the rest of the game? You know, you know what I mean? That's what I think. Anyway. And if you were just tuning in and you're looking at the visual quality of, if you're wondering about the visual quality and you're saying, this looks a bit like slightly blurry and there's like lines going to the screen, that is deliberate because I am using the monitor filter to make it look like I'm playing on an arcade monitor. And the screen size is obviously wide because I'm not going to make the screen any smaller. I want to replicate my experience of playing this game as a kid in the arcade as much as possible. And I'm sure all of you watching, has anyone in the live chat, have you actually played this game?
Pizza time.
Pizza time. In the arcade. How many people have actually played this game in the arcade? The Foot Clan is no match against me. No match at all. I don't know why, but I just had the urge to just drop kick that bitch. I want to thank everyone right now for watching this live stream. And if you are new to the channel and you like what you see in here, please feel free to subscribe to the channel and like the live stream, because doing so will allow you to see more classic content like this, not just from my channel, but from other channels. The algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, will deliver to you more classic gaming content. So yeah, feel free to subscribe if you already haven't, and please like the live. Everyone, please like the live stream, because it will basically mean that you will see more content like this going forward, and that's a good thing. Yeah, once. Whereabouts did you play it? Never got a chance, sadly. Played a hell out of the Simpsons one with my sister, though. I never knew there was an arcade Simpsons game. I have an arcade as two people so far, well, three including me. It was in a gas station. That is so cool. An arcade in a gas station. If you subscribe, you get a free LGBT flag. Maybe. Maybe you will. You never know. You hiding behind the wall, throwing your dynamite sticks. Coconut. Which one is Bebob? Whatever the hell his name is. See this crushed car here? This looks so bad in the NES version. I can't stress enough just how bad the NES version actually is.
You are dead.
There's the Warhog that I teased.
They ain't getting any prettier. Watch your mouth, slime ball.
Oh, it's really cool. In Florida Wildlife Park, where I first played this game, no actually has rhinos. Even though I'm not fighting a rhino. But I think there's actually a warhog as well, actually. They actually have warhogs, I think. They are called warhogs, aren't they? Am I pronouncing it correctly? He about to die any second. Manchester. Nice. All the way from so we got Manchester, gas stations, and to me it was a wildlife park. It's crazy if you think of the locations that the three of us actually played this game. I know we go into the shores. The shores wrecked my head. I think this is as far as I got actually when I first played it in the arcade, because I mean you obviously, like back then, you had to put money in to the arcade every time you died, you know. You can imagine the amount of money like these arcades would make, like. So I mean, you clearly can see this is non-stop gameplay, non-stop action, non-stop fun. Something is always happening in the game. There's hardly any pauses. That's what gaming is all about. And everything works. Rocksteady, there we go. Rocksteady. Oh no, he's Beep. So Rocksteady is the rhino. I know I'm just missing half the comments there. The Simpsons arcade was fun too. I never actually played the Simpsons arcade. I must look into that now. Rocksteady is the rhino, and Bebob is the hog. Thank you so much. Bebob is him. Yes, divine, great with friends. Rocksteady the rhino. Krang was I used to love him. It's just bizarre to see a big fucking brain. Yeah, Jesus Christ, Krang. There's only one. Krang. Doesn't rhyme, but who gives a fuck? What's this? This got an email from Final Fantasy 14. Updates to Final Fantasy 14 user agreement. I didn't have Final Fantasy 14. Fuck off. Foot soldiers look amazing here. They do. I mean, one thing people don't actually realize about arcade games is arcade games were the PCs of its time. You know, because arcade games were so much more powerful than consoles. Because look at the size of them. They had a lot more like fucking chips and everything inside them. So yeah, arcade games just performed and looked a lot better than console games. That's why the NES port is absolutely shit. The arcade was in the video game slash movie rental place. Used to play it with my brother. That is so cool. What a nice memory. Cool, yeah, so lonely playing it alone. Um, I must look into that game now. Simpsons arcade game. These things annoyed me when I was a kid, and they still do to this day. It's robotic, whatever the fuck they are. So it's impossible to get the entire animated series in Europe. It has something to do with some politician in England having a problem with kids watching this series. Like seriously, she was like, it's not very, it doesn't send a very good message. Ninjas, it's violent. I mean, playing this game resulted in me mimicking what happened in the game. I would be fucking, I would be terrified. I would be absolutely terrified. I would stop playing video games. I would seek help. Not because I went around batting people with fucking nunchucks, okay, and became violent. No, it would be because I woke up in the morning as a fucking turtle, you know? So that's the part that she completely failed to understand is it's a fucking video game and you're playing as a turtle. Sit down, bitch. She was the original Karen, whoever she was. I think there's some story behind it anyway where it got some of the episodes weren't even shown in the UK, and as a result of that, that's why it's impossible to get the full collection here in the UK, and I think even in Europe as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a strange story. Ah, you have them Fire Stick. Lucky you, man. You can get the first you get the first few seasons, but you know me, I'm just like I did come across it on YouTube and some other streaming service, like illegal streaming service, but it got taken down. Fuck's sake. Oh, VCR, man. Oh, VCR. VCR, man. Ah, let's go, man.
Keep the time.
I tell you about it, if it says VCR to a fucking Zoomer nowadays, but they think it's a fucking K-pop band. Honestly. Yeah, I've heard of VCR. Their songs are really cool, bro. I'm always having a go at Gen. I'm only joking, by the way. I don't have a problem with Gen Z. Well, only the annoying ones. Only the ones that literally attach a chip to their shoulder, surgically attach a chip to their shoulder, and do not want it removed. I mean, like I'm talking now about the kind of Zoomers, like where they'll say like, "I'm gay," and I'm like, "Okay," and they're like, "Did you hear me? I said I'm gay," and I'm like, "Yeah, I heard you. That's cool. Good for you." But you're supposed to hate me. You're supposed to attack me. You're supposed to be homophobic. Why aren't you being homophobic? Why aren't you being? I'm like, calm the fuck down. It's perfectly fine. No, it's not fine. You have to hate me. Like those kind of people. Those kind of Zoomers, you know. Yep. VHS. Oh no, what you mean? Like VCR, same thing. There was oh my god, 10 seasons, like 10 years essentially, wasn't it? It worked out to be 10 years in the end. I think 1987 to 97. You know, there was actually you know the people who actually made the animated series were actually they were actually based in Dublin. I don't know if you're aware of that. I think they're still around to this day, the animation company. And there was actually an episode, never aired in here, of course. There was actually an episode where they actually were in Dublin. The turtles were actually in Dublin. Can you imagine that? How's Damien that man hasn't been on in a long time? Ah, he's doing well. He's doing well. I'll tell him you were asking for it. I'd say he'd be busy out, like he's busy out at work and college and everything else. But so he may watch the live streams, but he just wouldn't be commenting in the live chat, but he's probably still watching the live streams. But I'll tell him that you were asking for him. Shout out to Damien Sewell. But the Foot Clan looks so detailed, and again, that is because arcade games, they really were so powerful, a lot more powerful than the NES. Way more. Think of it, the NES came out in 1985. This game came out in 1989. Look at games on the NES, right, and compare them to this. Again, the NES came out in 1985. This arcade game came out in 1987. So around the same time, basically, of the NES. But the NES port is terrible. So yeah, arcades were so much more powerful than consoles. Captain Planet came to Northern Ireland and had an IRA episode. What the hell is Captain Planet? And mentioned processings and everything. Holy shit, man! I'm too. Man, you're too old, man. You're too old. You're ancient. I'm younger. This boss is so annoying. He's also in the animated series. Like, basically, like, they should have called this TMT, the animated series video game or something. It's a long name. But it's essentially, like, it's 100% a video game adaptation of the first series of the animated series. I remember watching this series, and every time they showed pizza, I was just like, I want pizza. What's everyone's favorite arcade game? If you could pick one arcade game as your all-time favorite arcade game, what would it be? You can only choose one. Only one. Look up, man, on YouTube. It was a big 90s cartoon. They all had rings. Earth, fire, wind, water. I've never heard of it. That's so strange. Captain Planet was indeed you. Man, I feel like I'm having some kind of Mandela effect where, like, in my reality, there is no Captain Planet. That's scary.
Come and get him, shell brain.
Oh, you won't be laughing. You won't be laughing long, no shredder. Man, look at the scale. Well, then again, like, what? The turtles are kind of small, aren't they? I actually forget. But look at the scale, man. These cars look massive compared to the turtles. They're absolutely massive. Coconut, did you watch yesterday's Nintendo Directs? And if so, what did you think of it? I thought it was okay. Nothing special. They're obviously rolling out all their Switch games, including indie games. I mean, they've never put two indie directs back to back before. It's obvious they're just getting all those games out of the way and getting ready to unveil the successor for the Switch. Like, obviously, there was one game that just I found absolutely hilarious, and it was a game called Date Everything. It has to be a parody of dating sims. Seriously, you can date a fucking lamb. There was some other game as well that impressed me, but I forgot. Fucking forgot what it was. This makes no sense. But yeah, it was grand. I can't remember much of it, but it was grand. I'm a planeter. You be the one to saving our planet is the thing to do. Pollution is not the solution, and it's not the way here. If that's actually a quote or a theme song, it goes to prove one thing: that people were people were fucking climate activists as far back as the 90s. So yeah, take that, Zoomers. Marvel's Champions. Win or lose, the machine would give you a collectible card. What? Never heard of it. That's insane. I loved Operation Wolf on arcade. I've heard of Operation Wolf. I may have played it actually. Yeah, man, I watched it, but definitely nothing special. Yeah, not special. It's all steam ahead for the success of the Switch. Absolutely, man. If I had to pick, it's either King of Fighters or Marvel vs. Capcom. Ooh, Marvel vs. Capcom. I would probably choose. I never played it in the arcade, but what a great game that is. But then The Walking Dead was arcade, was intense. A Walking Dead arcade game. Jesus Christ, man. Have I been living under a rock or something? I've never heard that game either. So Konami actually acquired the license to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles around the time of the release of the first animated series as well. So a lot of people wouldn't know that. They wouldn't kind of take much notice of that. But it's actually, yeah, it's a Konami. It was a Konami property. Well, the game was anyway, at least. Mortal Kombat, you can't beat Mortal Kombat. You cannot beat Mortal Kombat. What a game! I played that in a chipper. No, a chipper is a takeaway restaurant where Americans would refer to it as French fries, but like our French fries are proper, like they're thick, chunky, made out of actual potatoes, not dandruff, shoved into a fucking straw. But what a description to describe French fries. But yeah, in a chipper, and I had in the corner there was an arcade. I think it was Mortal Kombat One. Yeah, it was definitely Mortal Kombat One, the original Mortal Kombat. Oh, what a memory! What a memory! Street Fighter Two. Fuck Street Fighter Two. I'm only joking. Street Fighter 2 is the GOAT. Nah, fuck off. Mortal Kombat all the way. All the way. Tekken, Sims. Oh, I played a lot of Tekken in the arcade. King, my love of King was born in the arcades. Oh my days, man. I actually kicked people's ass in the arcade, man. And then I played Tekken. Uh, but yeah, I was so good at King. Simpsons and TMNT were my first arcade games. I'd say, well, definitely TMNT. I actually played the first Shinobi game in arcade as well, and I played Bubble Bobble and a few others, steadily. Tekken, of course, Tekken as well, Mortal Kombat, obviously. Pass me the quarters. I need more quarters to put into the arcade. You can't beat the ambience, the background noise of walking into an arcade. It's just it's just the sound of excitement. It's okay, April. Oh, look at that! They actually headbutt each other. I've never seen that before. That's a first. Bubble Bobble, holy cow. Haven't heard of that since I was a kid. Awesome soundtrack. I'm glad that I could inject a bit of nostalgia into great game though. There's actually there's two versions of Bubble Bobble, isn't there? There's the one where you're like it's like a platformer. It's like the original Mario Bros. Um, where you're jumping on platforms that defeat enemies. But then there's the one where you actually have to aim the actual bubbles and you're popping the bubbles. That was my favorite one. We were 50p those days. Yeah, and well spent 50p's as well. Oh my God, King was my favorite. Oh my God, can we get some love for King in the live chat right now? I was obsessed with animals as a child. Same here, really. So King quickly became my favorite until I grew into an adult and found out he wasn't an animal, just a man in max. Oh God, that is so poetic. Ninja Gaiden was arcade. What? Ninja Gaiden was arcade? Never do that. Yeah, one was like Mario and the other was like Peggle. What's Peggle? That is there's so many games I haven't heard of. That's because you're all older than me. I'm only guessing anyway. I'm only guessing. How old are you, Kyle? If you don't mind me asking. Please say you're like 40 or something. So it's actually refreshing to be like quite young in the live chat compared to the rest. That is so cool. It's just so different. They're headed about each other again. The infamous boss. You do, April. You do. You owe me more than one, actually, to be honest. Well, let's get to it. Ninja, 25 years young. I was hoping you were like 40 or 50, so I could feel like all young. You know, I wanted to be in the presence of elders. Well, Coconut is 60, so you know that'll do. I'm only joking. He's not 60. I grew up on retro stuff. My old man was heavy into it. Oh, very good, man. What a way to be reared. What a way to be reared. Legend he is. Oh, to be 25 again. Oh, stop, definitely. 25. Oh, to be fucking 10 again, to be honest. It's the Sledgehammer Bros. The Sledge Bros. Oh, do you want to hear a funny story about Concord, actually, apart from the fact that less than 700 people are playing it? But I was on their Discord because I wanted to share my feedback. Completely respectable, by the way. Nothing offensive. No abuse, no language, no attacks, no threats, nothing like that. But somebody replied. I forget what they said to me, but I wasn't sure if they were talking to me. So I left the reply and I said, "Are you talking to me?" And the moderators of Concord, the Concord Discord, right, the Discord mods from Concord, removed my comment that said, "Are you talking to me?" Deemed it as toxic and banned me from the Discord. I just found it hilarious because I didn't know what the fuck was happening. I literally just said to somebody, I think they were trying to, I don't know what they were saying to me, but I wasn't sure if they were talking to me. So I said, "Are you talking to me?" And yeah, the Discord Concord mods removed my comment because it was toxic and banned me. Like, whoa. And my original feedback is still there, which is just doesn't make any sense. It's so funny. It really is. Yes, story time. Yep, that's my little story now. Zach Sorry, I can't pronounce it. Surname, I'm so sorry. Sire. It's a Zach Sire. Welcome to Classic Hits Gaming, Zach, your home of the three greatest decades of gaming, the 80s, the 90s, and the noughties. This is my first session of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, my beloved arcade game. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join on the live stream. How are you doing? Nothing like listening to a grown ass man who plays video games on a weekday. Why are you ranting at us about it, bro? Do you know what you do with a piece of shit? You flush it down the toilet. That's what you do. No three strikes, straight banned. Well, I just banned that motherfucker. I mean, imagine having a problem with fun. I feel sorry for people that have a problem with someone having fun because it means they really have a sad, miserable life. And I hope that they get better soon. I wish them all the best. Yeah, he's drinking that hate red. Absolutely. There's nothing like a sad, miserable bastard who hates people having fun. Well, you're going to hate the rest of this live stream because we're going to have some fun, isn't that right? He got butthurt over the comment. He probably did. He probably did. Probably fucking Concord developer, probably. He's probably one of the, well, he's probably one of the only people who actually played Concord.
Not be discussed.
Look at the size of that tire. Massive. You were doing what you enjoy. They are probably just jealous or something. Um, I don't even know if it is jealousy. I think there is a form of jealousy. It's like they just can't be happy. They can't have fun themselves. So when they see other people having fun and being happy, yeah, they do get jealous. This guy is happy. I want to be happy, so I'm going to attack you. Oh well, he's been removed from my channel now. So, and you know what's funny about removing someone from my channel is they can still watch. So they have no choice. Well, if they were still watching the live stream, then they can hear me, and I could just spend the rest of the live stream just talking complete shit to this person, and he wouldn't be able to respond, or he or she wouldn't be able to respond, or they or them wouldn't be able to respond. No, this is true. More people bought the bunny skin from First Descent than they downloaded Concord. That's fucking hilarious, man. Oh my god. Well, I mean, at least PlayStation have Astrobot coming up because you can imagine if they didn't have Astrobot, they would be a fucking laughing stock. They would be an absolute laughing stock of a brand, you know, if they didn't have Astrobot coming up. That should be their focus. They should listen. You know, they should just listen. You know, I actually said this about Concord. Actually, this is actually what I said in the Concord Discord. I'll get it up there now. Get it up. Sorry. I'll find it now for you. I have to scroll through minutes. This is how I feel on Discord, or this is how I feel on Concord. This is what I feel. I think Concord should be a wake-up call to everyone at PlayStation and other video game companies. Listen very carefully to the reaction this game is getting from gamers. If you want to make money, listen to the gamers, and stop trying to appeal to a microscopic section of the gaming industry who feel inclusion and diversity should be the basis of a good game. Also, the online hero shooter genre is a saturated genre. There is nothing new, fresh, or innovative about this game. The PlayStation 5 platform deserves better than this. Lastly, the majority of gamers do not take the live service games too well. The microtransactions aspect to them turns a lot of gamers off the game. Listen to us. We are the gamers. We are the consumers. We are your money. So that's what I said about Concord, and I actually left that in the Concord Discord. That comment didn't get removed for being toxic. I didn't get banned for that comment. I got banned for, for replying to someone saying, "Are you talking to me?" That had to be an AI. That was an AI bot. It has to be like 100%. Do you have a Discord for your channel? And I'm on Discord, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not very active on it. So yeah, I'm not very active. It would be pointless if I actually gave it out, to be honest with you, because I don't have it for my channel. We are your money. I like how you ended that. Thank you. It's true though. We are their money, and you know, I mean, you're going to get Sims. You're going to get Sims that will you know, take issue to that comment, but it's fucking true. Like, I mean, how are they going to make their money back if we, the gamers, don't buy their game? How? I can actually extract the microphone on this headset. I can move it around as well. Let me know if the audio has gotten worse by moving it, because I don't know why, but it's like slipping off my head now. 2 seconds. That's better. I need a haircut. It's like slipping off my head. Understandable. YouTube notifications on for me. Then. Hit that notifications bell. Still sounds good to me. Perfect. IGN, what are you talking about? I bet you IGN didn't even take out the mic. You can extract the mic.
Keep the tide.
I need a haircut too. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm female, but I prefer short hair. Yeah, there's lots of females that prefer short hair. And there's lots of males that prefer long hair. I look like... who do I look like now? Well, I look like a motherfucker that hasn't had a haircut in months, basically. Oh, can I please talk a little bit about Emio, the Smiling Man? Planicon Detective Club again, please. I'm so sorry. I have to. I just really feel that game is the most critical video game release in Nintendo's history. I really, really do. I don't think that we should sleep on this game. If you have a Switch, I don't think you should sleep on this game. If you don't have a Switch, I think you should actually buy a Switch. I normally don't do this. I normally don't like push video games onto people. But I just think it's so important. And this is what I said on my community tab on my channel earlier today. I know it's not classic gaming related, but still, don't sleep on this game. I played all 3 chapters of the demo, and I found the story so captivating. I was trying to solve the case in my head after I turned the game off. Honestly, I did. You can actually get the first 3 chapters for free, and you can actually, if you buy the full game, you can pick up where you left off. Honestly, it's a detective game. Okay, so it's It is very like people call it a detective novel. I don't know where to get the novel from because it's not designed like an actual novel. Um, you are basically solving the case of a murdered 15-year-old teenage boy who was found strangled to death with a paper bag over his head with a creepy smiling face. You have to solve that case. It's connected to an urban legend about the smiling man who would appear in front of crying girls, teenage girls. He would promise them a permanent smile by killing them, putting the paper bag with a smiley face over their head. There was murders that happened 18 years previous to the case of the 15-year-old boy who died. That's very similar to the Smiling Man urban legend, because there was 3 teenage girls found strangled to death with a paper bag over their head. So that's a little bit about the story. It's a detective game. Look, the game may not be designed like the mature horror games you are used to, but trust me, the dark, deep, mature themes of a Japanese horror are all there. Horror games are not all about endless jump scares and gore. This is the first time Nintendo, as in in-house Nintendo, made a mature rated horror game. If we want to see them make more and different types of mature games, we should give this game a chance. And I was actually replying to somebody as well on YouTube, and this is what I said in terms of like the different type of design of horror. Because there's all different kinds of horror games. So the theme of mature horror is deeper than some people are willing to understand. If you don't like the game, that's fine. Five Nights at Freddy's is a horror. Some would say the first 3 games had nothing to do other than pressing buttons and was for children. It was a horror, designed in a different way, but people appreciated it as a horror. So not all horror games have to be the same, and people will have their own preference of horror, but it's still a horror. I just really want this game to sell. I want people to go out and buy this game. Apparently, people are quite happy with it. They're actually looking forward to playing the full version. I just want the game to take off because this is a different Nintendo. I know it's part of a series that came out 30 years ago, but like Nintendo has changed since then. Nintendo is known for games like Mario and Yoshi and Kirby and Pokemon. So a game that involves like a 15-year-old boy being strangled to death by a smiling man, you know, that's a different fucking Nintendo. And I want to see more games like that. It's coming out tomorrow. I'll get it from my brother. Ah, legend. I've sold a copy. Nintendo, pay me. But no, seriously though, I mean, it's a really the story, as I mentioned about like trying to solve the case in my head. Like that is how immersed I was in this story, in the case. I wanted to find out, you know, who's the suspect. You know, how is this person connected to that person, and how are they connected to this, and yeah, what's going on here? So literally after me turning off the game, I was invested in it. I think if you like there was a show that series I watched on Netflix. It was actually recommended to me by the great Damien Sewell. Once again, shout out to Damien Sewell. Called The Sinner, and that literally is about a detective, and he's solving all these bizarre cases of mostly murder cases. That's what it's like. It's so enjoyable to try to solve this case in your head. We are going skating. So like if you like Japanese horror and you like, you know, detective type games where you have to solve cases, you know, find clues and get evidence and stuff, you will love this game. I just wanted to say that because I think it's the most critical release in the history of Nintendo. I really do. I see people talk about how we had games like Perfect sorry, Eternal Darkness and Conqueror's Bad Fjorda and Perfect Dark as well, actually. All were like adult games and mature games, but the thing is, what makes those games different to Emio is actually developed by Nintendo in-house, whereas Rare and Silicon Knights, the companies that made the other games, they were like their own company, but obviously they were hired and owned by Nintendo. But the creator of Metroid is actually making Emio. So this is so important because we've always asked ourselves the question, you know, like we've always said to ourselves, imagine if Nintendo made a mature game. Or why does Nintendo make a mature game? And we always like mock and insult Nintendo when they, you know, we always say like, oh, Nintendo's a kids company, their consoles are only for kids, their games are only for kids. Well, this game is about a kid who gets strangled to death. That's pretty mature. That's pretty horrific. And the urban legend of the Smiling Man is this man that would appear in front of young, crying girls, promising them an eternal smile by killing them, by strangling them. I mean, that is Japanese horror 101 right there, like, you know? Give it a go. Nintendo is very family friendly, so it's nice. Yeah, they're branching out. Nintendo are branching out. You know, a company that has been in the video game industry since the fucking early 80s, you know, late 70s, early 80s, is breaking out into different territory. Give them a chance, you know, put your money where your mouth is, people, you know? That's what I would say. I mean, I'm not, because obviously it's you know, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, like, but I mean, if you want horror and you want something mature from Nintendo, I 100% recommend checking this out. Not even for the horror, not even for the mature aspects, but just the actual story as well. Huge soft spot for Conquer. I have to get that game. It looks fucking hilarious. It was made near my hometown. That is some interesting trivia right there. So a lot of love for it. Original Tomb Raider was made. Where are you from? I'm intrigued now. It is so great to have you all in the live chat right now. I appreciate all of you lovely people and of course your support as well. West Midlands of the England. What? And because Rare are actually, yeah, you're right, Rare, and I know that the guys that made Tomb Raider were right true. They were all based in England. That is so cool. That's a cool piece of trivia right there. The guy that made No Man's Sky, the ever-evolving No Man's Sky, the game that redeemed itself more than any other fucking video game in the history of gaming. Like, Concord is never going to be able to redeem itself. Concord will not redeem itself. But No Man's Sky, when that came out first, people were not happy because it didn't have what was promised. It was unfinished. But Sean, I forgot his last name. Sean something, anyway. He's Irish. He's Irish, man. He is Irish. And he made it. I'm pretty sure there's other Irish developers that made games that were involved in development of games. But like No Man's Sky is a pretty big game, you know. Sean Murray, that's the man. That's the man. You're the best classic. Don't let the haters. Oh, apps. I. The day I let a hater get to me will be the day that Concord has more than 700 people playing, and that's never. But thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. I much appreciate that. Or making thumbnails with a shocked face. You're not a sellout like all. Sellout like all these big streamers are making thumbnails with a shocked face. Thank you so much for that. That means a lot because I really do appreciate that because yeah, I never want to be like that. These fucking like the shocked Nintendo Direct, Nintendo Direct this week. What a big shocked face. Oh, what's it gonna be? Oh, just hyping themselves up, hyping themselves up. You know what I mean? Oh my god. Big Switch successor news. Big Switch successor news. You have to watch this video. The big shock, surprising face. You watch the video and they're like, oh, wait, I'll tell you this. Wait and I'll tell you this news. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. The Switch successor is going to, wait for it, have a plug. I mean, it wasn't confirmed it was going to have a plug. No one really knew it was going to have a plug, so that's something. Watch my videos, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification. Do you know what I mean? Fuck that. Fuck that. Huh? Doing what you love, nothing more sincere. Oh, thank you. So I'm glad that you guys get it. That's what it's about. That is what it's about. It's not about playing the latest fucking modern game because everyone is talking about it so I can get views and hits. I don't want to make money off this. I do not want to make money off this. So I'm glad that you get it. Thank you so much for getting it. If you live closer, I'd ask you on a date. Thank you. That is quite sweet. That is quite sweet. You know what? I would love that. Sorry if I made things awkward now, but I would love that. Straight to one of those, what are they called? Barricades. Do you know the barricade? I don't drink but I'd have like a 7-Up and a session of Mortal Kombat on the arcade. I know who that fucker is too, by the way. I know who that fucker is too. It all makes sense now. He's pissed off because I'm not playing fucking a game that is all about sexuality. He's just pissed off that I'm not playing a game that has like fucking LGBT flags everywhere. Sorry, but this is gaming, not gaming with a Y. Sorry, not awkward at all. You guys should, guys, Mortal Kombat 1v1. But who pays the bill? I love it. I love it. It has to be MK11. I'm unstoppable with my girl Scarlet. Well, let me tell you something. I'm unstoppable with Shah Khan. I'm an animal when it comes to Shah Khan.
Oh no, that overgrown Splinter again.
My favorite is Cabal in Mortal Kombat 3. He's a very interesting character, Cabal. Sad story as well, to be honest. I definitely need to read up on Cabal's lore. Oh, it's quite sad. Wasn't he like a former cop? And he got burned during the attempted invasion of Outworld by Shao Kahn. Or did it have something to do with... No, it had something to do with the Red Dragon. So he was he's a former member of the Red Dragon, and they burnt him. Or something. Oh, it's been a while. See, they changed the lore so much in Mortal Kombat, I can't keep up. I mean, he'll probably be a fucking... He'll probably be a priest, for fuck's sake. He'll probably be a Catholic priest in the fucking... You know, if he makes an appearance in in fucking Mortal Kombat 1, Chaos Reigns, for fuck's sake. You know? They keep changing the lore. I can't keep up. I just can't keep up. But Cabal is actually a very interesting character.
Pizza time! Good turtle.
It's Splinter. I'll save you. After I fight it. Blutista bot. If anybody is a wrestling fan, they're going to get that reference.
Good turtle. Good turtle.
In MK3, he survived an attack by Shao Kahn and turned into a cyborg to keep it. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think he was turned into a cyborg, but he was giving a mask because of how severe the burns were, I think. But I don't think he was a cyborg. Unless they made him cyborg in Mortal Kombat 9, which was the first time that Deadpool Studios went all reset the timeline and all that kind of crap. I mean, I love the fact that Ed Boon is trying to keep a long-running video game franchise, you know, alive and fresh and original. I completely get that, but I think it comes with a price, though, because it's fine for people that are getting into the franchise for the first time. They don't have to worry about past lore. But for people who were there from the beginning, I think they just want to see the characters and their lore that they grew up with. I think it gets kind of confusing for them when they're changing the lore so much. But the same goes for Marvel as well. Like, Marvel do it a lot. Like, Jesus Christ, they do it a lot. Like, the Wiggles. That's so random. Thomas J. Brady, welcome to Classic Hits Gaming. This is your home of the three classic... I'm getting a stroke. The three greatest decades of gaming. The 80s, the 90s, and the 90s. This is my first session of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Great to have you in the live stream, Thomas. How are you doing? You share the same first name as Smoke from Mortal Kombat 1. Just saying. Oh, from Mortal Kombat in general. Oh, did he actually have a name before Mortal Kombat 1? I wonder. But yeah, they changed the lore too much. I mean, look at Tekken. Look at Tekken. Tekken has consistency, and it's still beloved by existing fans and new fans alike. And they don't feel the need to keep changing the lore. And they also, more importantly, don't change the gender of a fighter. But I love Mortal Kombat. I'm a huge fan of Mortal Kombat. Like, you know, And I'm happy enough with what it is, but you know, I mean, it's not perfect in terms of like their continuation of the fucking story, but you know, I don't think Smoke or Reptile had names. Yeah, I don't think they originally. That was the whole thing. I think that like wasn't that the whole like point of it, really, wasn't it? Like you know, Scorpion was a Scorpion. Well, I know he eventually had a name, but I just think it's better when they're just Scorpion, Reptile, Sub-Zero. I don't think they need to have names, to be honest. You know, I don't think it's important. Look at my burnt face. It sounds like someone is saying shit. I mean, this is classic gaming, you know, a good old classic boss fight. But 139 continues because I'm in the arcade right now and I'm loaded. Look at the animations as well, like for again, like arcades were so much more powerful than consoles. People will not accept that, or kind of like, well, Zoomers won't kind of accept that. They won't understand that, but honestly, arcade machines were so much more superior than consoles. It's absolutely unbelievable. I feel like the older games were more challenging. Oh, 100%. You don't need to feel it. It is so true. You're 100% correct. Older games hit far harder. You see, video games are so casual now. They're so mainstream now. So they want to appeal to people who haven't played video games before. So that's why they're so easier now. You know. Well, Sifu is the exception. There's I mean, obviously, like Elden Ring and those kind of games are the exceptions. You know what I mean? Maybe I was a child. No, believe me, they were very, very challenging. That was some kinky moan. You are free.
Thank you, my turtles.
You're welcome.
There it is.
Now it's time to fight a brain and Shredder. I think one of the main reasons why arcade games in particular are so difficult was because they just wanted more money from you. They wanted you to put as much money into the arcade as possible. You know, to keep continuing. It's genius in a way, like. Again, look at those animations. This was a 1989 arcade game.
Pizza time.
I actually want pizza right now, to be honest. That's true. I spent a good amount on the Simpsons arcade. I think we like if we actually had kept our money as a child in the arcades, we could have. I mean, we could have fucking bought a house. We could have paid our mortgage.
Crush the turtle.
Who the fuck are you? I've really liked the background art of this game so far. Yeah, it's actually beautiful. It really is. That's true. I spent a good amount. Yeah, so I just read Divine Voice comment twice. But yeah, I mean, background art, visuals, very, very good for a 1989 arcade game.
Crush the turtle. Crush the turtle.
He's saying crush the turtles, but it sounds like he's saying trust the turtles.
Crush the turtle. Crush the turtle.
Or maybe he's saying trust the turtles. With a H.
Crush the turtle. Crush the turtle.
You know, like the gaming in the arcades in the 80s, you know, didn't have a fucking symphony orchestra. But it's beautiful. You know, retro gaming music is one of a kind and it cannot be beaten. It just has that fucking vibe to it, you know, that you just can't get in modern gaming, personally. Does sound like it does, doesn't it? Trust the turtles. He's gonna blow. He's gonna blow from all that thrusting.
Crush the turtle. Crush the turtle. Crush the turtle.
Anyone who actually made it to the end of this game on one like coin back in the day is a fucking legend. He blew up and he left the mess.
Invincible.
It's Krang. He sounds like a fucking angry zoomer. Why don't you like Concord? It's really a fun game. Oh god. We're always having fun on Classic Kids Gaming. That's what it's about. How dare you have an opinion on the game that isn't the same as mine? You will refer to me as they, them. And if you do not, I will leave a very angry comment on your social media. This Brock Lesnar fucker. The woke fat the woke fat movement. I love that. The woke fat movement shouldn't be praised. I'm speaking from experience. I used to be 300 pounds, nothing beautiful about it. First of all, thank you so much for actually like fucking sharing that. Like, you know what I mean? Because like that, you know what I mean? Like, not many people would share something as like personal or private as that. So like that's really like strong. Seriously, that's really like strong. You would actually come out and say that. Do you know what I mean? Um, I'll tell you one thing though. I'm fucking slowly turning into Doctor Robotnik in the Sonic 3 movie trailer. I'm not even joking, man. That's literally what I look like right now, as far as my belly is concerned, at least. It's hard. You know what I mean? It's fucking hard. There's so much temptation out there. Do you know what I mean? Fucking junk food, takeaway, fucking just eat, Deliveroo, fucking order your food online. It's tough, to keep the old weight down, like, do you know what I mean? But you're dead right though. It is nothing beautiful. There's nothing beautiful about it. Like, I swear to God, I don't look at my fucking big flabby fucking belly, you know, and say, "Oh, I'm beautiful." Do you know what I mean? And it's not. I mean, like, and when you start going down the road of like fucking being morbidly obese, like, there's nothing healthy about it. It's bad for your health. So I think I agree with you 100%. Like, the woke fat movement, seriously, it needs to stop. It needs to fucking stop. Like, like, you wouldn't praise someone for their excessive drug taking or excessive, alcohol drinking or vice versa. So like, we shouldn't be encouraging people to be morbidly obese. Well, that's not much encouraging, but we shouldn't be saying that's okay. Body positivity. I mean, I wish the fuck I identified as Brad Pitt right now. I wish I fucking identified as someone who didn't have a fat belly. If only it was that fucking easy. Do you know what I mean? If only. When it comes to that stuff, people should listen to the doctors and professionals, not activists. Exactly. Exactly. They should also listen to biology books. Male, female. And it's funny because a lot of these woke people are, I mean, let's face it, a lot of these woke people are atheists. Now, I don't have a problem with atheists. I have plenty of friends that are atheists. I don't have an issue with atheism. But it's so funny that a lot of these woke people are like, God is not real. Show me proof that God is real. 5 minutes later, they're shouting down people's throats saying there's multiple genders. There's multiple genders. There's more than male and female. What are you talking about? There isn't only male and female, you bigot. Yeah, well, show me a third genitalia. Show me the third or fourth or fifth or sixth or 100 genitalia, and I will believe in your fantasy. But right now, it is a fantasy because there's only 2 genitalia. Right? There was the female genitalia, which is vagina, and there is the male genitalia, which is penis. This. So yeah, that's my counter argument to those motherfuckers. Actually, Kyle, you're so right. Yeah, 100%. Real recognize, real divide. It's so true. I mean, we have to listen to professionals. You know what I mean? But that is a problem with this generation.
Invisible.
You're just a woke piece of shit. But that's the problem with this generation, is they don't want to listen to facts. They don't want to listen to professionals. They go to TikTok and watch some purple-headed fuck, you know, living a fantasy. And saying, this can be your reality. Again, I mean, I can sit here and identify, you know, as fucking Tom Cruise. Or as Brad Pitt. You know, why am I saying Tom Cruise? Fuck Tom Cruise. He's 5'9". I could sit here and identify as a Greek god. You know? But I'm more like fucking the fat version of Thor. You know? So like, whatever the fuck I identify as doesn't change what I actually am. Does it? You know? Identification doesn't mean reality. Being fat, oh my god, it was one of the worst. I can imagine. I can imagine. I'm not I'm not 500 pounds, and it would terrify me. The thought of me being 500 pounds would actually terrify me. You know, unless it was muscle, you know, then it would terrify other people. But like, that terrifies me. The thought of being, you know, 500 pounds. You know, I saw your reflection in the TV. You're not bad. But thank you. It's a lot of people say that. Like I'm not like I'm not like I'm not 500 pounds. I'm not I'm nowhere near 500 pounds. But the problem with me, my metabolism, I can't even say it, but my metabolism is, it just seems to go to my belly. You know, no, I'm not saying I'm huge or anything, but it's a flabby belly, and I hate looking at it. I just hate looking. I hate how it feels. I just hate how it fucking wobbles, and it's nowhere else. Well, maybe it's in my fucking face a little bit. I don't know. Yeah. But thank you for your kind comment, nonetheless. There's just too much temptation out there with takeaway food and everything else. What the hell? I actually forgot he can turn into a turtle. I knocked your helmet off. You know what I find interesting as well? In case you don't know, Shredder is actually, he's black. So like, if they wanted to make the new animated series woke, they could have just focused more on Shredder, because he's already black. They didn't need to make April black. If that was the case, they should have made him white. They should have made Shredder white. But they won't do that, will they? You know what I mean? Anyone who made it to the end of this game and won coin, I'm telling you, like, is an absolute legend. I always thought he was Japanese. Isn't he? Isn't he not Japanese? He is Japanese, isn't he? But like, he's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of confusing now. Well, he looks fairly black right now. And I remember watching the animated series, and I think he was black as well. I actually don't know if he was like what his race is. You did. I shredded you. I did it with a rock. Epilogue. Breaked the fruits, mangled. I'm too tired to read that. So that's the first of a few sessions of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think once you complete the game, there's not very much else you can get out of it, really. I mean, you can play as the other turtles and you can kind of see their weapons and their attack attributes. But it has to be said, there's not a whole lot of replay value to this game. It's not really a long game. I mean, arcade games aren't really long. I mean, come on, like, you're literally in an arcade. You know, you're not going to be there for like 2 or 3 days. So arcade games were pretty short, you know, compared to console games. So there's not a whole lot I can get out of this game, really. But there'll be a few more sessions of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Classic Hits Gaming. So I want to take this time to thank all of you lovely people for not only watching this live stream, but for your continued support of Classic Hits Gaming, and for also getting the vision of Classic Hits Gaming, you know what I mean? Which is just about doing what I love to do, you know, which is to shine the spotlight on these classic games with all of you lovely people. You know, it ain't about making money, it ain't about getting views and getting subs and all that, even though I do set up that channel, you know, but that's only so you can see more content like this for your own interest, really. Now you must pass the game with the other turtles. Every last turtle. Thank you for sharing this game with us. You are very, very, very welcome. Let me just do one random thing right now. What they put in. There's some serious lag between, like, what they put in. Okay. Tack. Who the fuck is Tack? Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Again, thank you so much for watching the live stream, and I will see you next time on Classic Hits Gaming for another session of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. See you next time. Thanks again for watching.